Hi, Shauna from Idaho, Southern Idaho here. Uh, it is the 12th of May. It's been a weird day. It was kind of cloudy this morning, sunny this afternoon. Maybe the sun's trying to come out more. Yay! Welcome back any returning viewers, and welcome any new viewers. This is a sewing, knitting, crocheting podcast and whatever else comes out. Anyway, I know time has slipped away and I need to get back doing this. I need to remember to do this every week, and I just never think I have enough stuff to show you. So let's get started. First off, I wanted to be able to knit something, finish it, and get it done in just like a day. So I made a couple baby booties. They're actually a little pinker than that. They're just worsted weight yarn, and let me go get the pattern. I tried to film this earlier and my camera wouldn't show any light. It kept being dark. So let me go get the patterns and bring them back. Okay, I'm back. So these little booties, I don't know where the website or the pattern is. I can show you the picture. They're just called Easy Baby Booties, and it is a little frustrating. You knit them flat and sew them together, and I usually don't like doing stuff like that, but every once in a while I slip up. So this is what the picture on the pattern looks like. It's just these little booties like that, and they're just called Easy Baby Booties. And I'm going to have to look the picture back up. I usually put the website on here or who the designer is, and I didn't do that. So I'll find that and put it back on here. Anyway, you knit them flat, you stitch them together down the back and across the bottom. They're just really simple. I usually don't like stitching. I think I made the ribbing a couple extra rows longer because I just like it longer. But they're kind of a little stay-on baby booty, so they're pretty good that way. Sorry, I had to turn the TV down. Anyway, they're just a cute little stay-on baby booty. The top just folds down, and you're supposed to knit them out of worsted weight yarn, and it calls for size 6 and 8 needles. I used 3 and 6 because I wanted them just a little smaller. And I think, I used worsted weight yarn. This is just Red Heart, some leftover Red Heart yarn I had, and I haven't tried them. I think they would be really cute to try with baby yarn. I don't know if they would be too tiny, but I don't know. I might try that. Anyway, just some little simple baby booties. And the next thing I have is, see, I tried to do this podcast earlier and my camera was really dark, and I just didn't turn out very good, so I had to try it again. So I don't know if you remember from another video, I showed you these socks, and I originally made shorty socks. I realized I don't really like shorty socks. I like them to go up my legs a little bit. So I unpicked the ribbing off the top of them, and I'm on the second one. And I think you can see right there, I've started the ribbing on this side. And so pretty soon that one will be done. And then I'll have another pair of socks. Yeah, that'll be fun. They are just a simple, they're a toe-up pattern. I did a German short row heel, which actually I didn't really do very good, because when I got done with the heel, I had to stitch it up here in the corners a lot because I don't think I did it right, but it's the first short row, German short row heel I've ever done. So yeah, I think the pattern I used was by Christy Layell, and I used the tutorial from New Leaf Podcasts. Anyway, I didn't like doing the German short row heel. It doesn't fit me very well. So the second pair of socks I did the heel flap and gusset, and that actually fits me a lot better and I like it. And I probably will do that in the future for a while till I get the hang of doing socks really well. I also have been watching Arn and Carlos, and I didn't start doing their patches right away. In fact, I've only done my first one and I'm on my second one. And so this is my first one. And if you can see, it's a lavender with gray. And I was thinking about doing all of mine lavender with gray. Not all of them lavender with gray, but gray background with different colors for the design. And then I'll see what I could put them together to be. But I think that would be pretty because I have a lot of different colors I could use for the inserts and then just use gray for the background color. So that was kind of fun today to do. It takes a little more thinking. And I've started the second one, but I'm not sure I like the way I'm doing it because I reversed it. I was using the lavender as the background color and the gray, and I'm not liking it as well, so I'm going to go redo that and do gray with a different color, like a light blue, or I have some variegated yarns I'm going to try and see how that turns out. The other thing I have finished here, so I had it finished to the end of the pattern that she has. You do 3 rows of garter stitch, and it really curled really bad on the bottom. So I went back and I added some more rows of garter stitch on the bottom. You can see there, and it isn't curling near as bad, and I like it better, and it's a little longer. I could actually even go make it a little longer because you just keep doing the pattern repeats and you just keep going. But anyway, so I'm about 5'4", and that's pretty much my arm span there. So I think your arm span is how tall you are, but I'm not sure. But I kind of liked how that turned out. And I'm going to stop right here and insert some better pictures for you. Okay, so let's see. I think that's all of the knitting. Yes. And now I have the crocheting. So this is something you've seen before and you're probably sick of it, but it's growing like that. And I would like to make it as long as it is wide, at least, or maybe a little longer than the width. So it's pink on the one side, and then you can see it's gray and pink on the other side. And this is a pattern by Janet David, and it's called the Two-Sided Baby Afghan. Basically, it's just 2 lace afghans put together in such a really, really pretty way. What I used on this is the Caron Simply Soft yarn. This is, soft pink and heather gray. And so the Caron Simply Soft yarns they're a 4, but they actually feel like they're a little smaller than a 4. I don't know if you can see that too well. Well, you can't see it if I don't put it up there. So I don't know, it might be just a little smaller than a 4, but it's really, really soft yarn. It generally calls for a 5mm or US 8 knitting needles, 5mm or US H-8 hook, machine wash and dry, 100% acrylic, 170 grams, 315 yards, 288 meters. It's really soft. It does split a little bit when you work with it. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is that it does split a little bit as you're working with it. So but it is so soft. So anyway, let's see. The next thing I have for you is a pattern by Dion Designs. So if you can see up there in the corner up here, or is it? Oh, it's over here in the corner. It's over here in the corner, Dion Designs. And there's Lucky Lamb and Sheep Woolly, and I did Sheep Woolly. Now on the pattern they call for DK weight. They call for 100% polyacrylic or cotton. I used acrylic and I didn't use a DK. I used a size 4, and they call for a crochet hook of E, and they used a DK. I used a 4 weight. I think a DK is a number 3 weight, and I used a 4 weight, and it was a little small. I would go up a needle size if I did it again, but I would still want it tight enough that the yarn doesn't come out of it. And so I've showed you that I've had a lot of parts going on with this little guy, but you haven't seen him, and it's so amazing. You have this piece of string, this yarn, and then suddenly it starts getting a personality. Yep, there he is. What do you think of him? He's a cute little guy. And so the top of his head, that's what his body will be, and his tail will be, and his legs are the gray. I haven't got the body done yet. I have the tail and all the other parts, so I've got to work on the body now. And I have some pictures of when I was sewing the head to the top of the head to the rest of the head, and I'm going to insert them now. But I showed you how I kind of held it all together while I was sewing it on. But you can see these are all baubles on the top, and his little ears they're double thick, and then you sew them on before you sew the top of the head on. And he's stuffed really good, and I use safety eyes. She uses buttons. I don't like using buttons. The little white parts of the eyes are crocheted, and then if you can see, I have some safety eyes that have blue around the outside, and I decided to use them. Now on the pattern, she just puts little X's for the nose. I'm not sure I want to do that. I kind of wanted him to have like a little mouth down here and a nose, so I got to figure out if there's some different way to do it. If you have any ideas, let me know, because I would like some ideas on how to do his mouth, because I like having a mouth, not just a nose. Anyway, he's cute and adorable. So let's see, what else do I have? Oh, I guess we're going to go to the sewing portion. So I'm still making masks. This pattern, you can find it on the fabric patch. Oh, whoops. I'm back. Anyway, I left room for some pictures, and the other thing I've been working on are these masks and more masks. And they're different sizes. These are men's, these are women's, and I like them and all. Let me show you this one. So I like them, but I don't like this little pointy part right here. I think I would rather have just, you know, a tiny bit cut off and make it a little more straight, then add a little to the seam, and it would make it easier to put a wire in there, to have the wire between all the seams. They do contain interfacing, and if you go to the fabric patch, she explains all the different masks to you and why and how you should make them and why you should make them that way. Plus she just added a new pattern that has more room here, kind of pokes out a little more, so there's more breathing room, so maybe you won't get so hot. But they all have a non-woven interfacing in them, and she explains all about the masks. And the other thing I've been sewing, or I'm actually been cutting, I haven't sewn it yet. I wanted to wait and show you before I sewed it. So I started watching this new video called Just Get It Done Quilts, is what I think the name of it is. And she did this one where she cut out all these squares. She did smaller squares. I think hers ended up being 12 inches. I wanted mine bigger, so mine are 18 by 18. And there was a few of them that I didn't quite have enough pieces, so I did have to do a little bit of seaming. But this is only the beginning, because there's going to be more cuts and more sewing, but I wanted to show you where I started. So I have these 18-inch fabric squares, and they're just from stash. They're either leftover or fabric that's been given to me, or fabric I bought at the end of the aisle at Walmart or Joann's in the little rolls. They're in pieces. And I've tried to stick with blue, but I ended up sticking 3 other colors in here. A red, kind of a, I don't know if it's a green or a yellow. If you put it next to yellow, it's green. If you put it next to green, it's yellow. And then some pig fabric, because I don't know what else to do with it. So here's the first set, and there's 2 of each square, of each 18-inch square. So I'll end up with 24 squares. But most of the theme for this one is mostly going to be the blues. This will have mostly blue fabric. Well, you know, the pigs. So there's the pig fabric. And then I have some white fabric with some blue in it. And then some, and like I said, there's 2 of each of these. And I can't wait to show you what I do with them. And I will link to the video that I watched so you can see what I'm going to be doing. And this is just all different colors, but you can see it has more blue in it. And here's the red piece. That's really bright. It's kind of red and pink and orange and yellow. So hopefully the yellow in there will tie a little bit of the other fabric to the, I'm going to make a quilt. And I'm going to see, but I think I'm going to do 4 by 6 squares. I'm not sure. I'll have to see how big it is when I lay it all out. And I only have a couple more here. And like I said, I had to do a little bit of piecing on some of these. So they're pretty, some of them are pretty wild fabrics and others are pretty mild. But the way she puts the quilt together, and I will link the video that she does this on so you can see what I'm going to be doing. Okay, yeah, I think that's all I have today. And time just seems to get away and I get busy and I look at my computer and think, ooh, I should go do that, and then I don't. But I'm glad you came back. If you did, I hope you saw something fun. And remember him. He's going to be so cute. He's so big. He's really big, isn't he? He's just a cute little guy. He's going to be so cute when he's done. I really wasn't expecting him to be this big, to be honest with you. But when you start making pieces and they keep going and they keep going and they keep getting bigger, but it's so cute. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Bye, and happy crocheting, knitting, and sewing.